Madame Zelda?
Who has awoken Madame Zelda from her meditation?
Hi, George.
George?
Right.
George Wright.
Just George.
Just George? Mr. Just George?
Carl.
Mr. Carl Just George?
No, Carl George. Carl George?
Mr. Carl Just George. Good evening.
Oh, for heaven's sake, his name is Carl George. Now move on.
Thank you, darling. Mr. Carl George, what can I do for you?
Well, I've never before, you know.
Oh, for heaven's sake, it's the first time he has come to see a fortune teller.
Ah, Madame Zelda knows. It is your first time, no?
Yes.
Then before we proceed, Mr. Carl George, I must first reveal the ball. Voila!
Is that a crystal ball?
Of course that is it. Isn't it beautiful?
And that's crystal?
Have you never seen a crystal ball before? Before we proceed, Mr. Carl George, you must cross my palm with euros. How much?
Oh, 100 euros.
100 euros, Mr. Carl George.
100?
Madame Zelda will tell you what you want to know. It is worth more than that.
Bloody hell. All right then.
We like the colour of your money, Mr. Carl George. Now, first of all, you must pick a card. It will help me to decide what lies. Myself and the ball will decide. But first, you must choose a card. Choose carefully.
Oh, for heaven's sake, you should just get on with it.
Remember, you are paying by the hour.
Duh, it's a woman, it's his wife, and she cheats on him.
The ball tells me grave news, Mr. Carl George. So grave.
What?
You have chosen the woman card.
Well, it figures. I mean, yes.
There is a problem with a woman?
So to speak, yes. Well, yes.
Yeah, she cheats on him big
Well, you see,
time.
this is a friend of mine. He,
Friend, it's himself. Ah,
Do you have a piece of clothing belonging to this woman that we can sense things from?
Is this really necessary?
Absolutely necessary.
Well, in that case, yes, my friend gave me something. Let's see if I have it. Oh, we'll this do.
no.
The ball.
No.
Yes, my darling, don't be a baby. Remember the 100 pounds.
Ugh,
The 100 euros.
Нет. Ugh.
I cannot work out anything you are saying. It's a bit muffled, moment.
Ugh. It smells horrible. Ugh. Okay, it is the electrician. He's 1.88 meters. He comes every Tuesday and he's Russian.
Perfect.
Ugh.
The piece of clothing was very revealing. I'm afraid this man is a Russian.
Russian?
He's an electrician. He has currents passing through his body and into the woman's body at the same time.
Bloody hell!
I'm afraid there is not very much you can do, but the ball.
Where is it? Where is she?
Do not touch the ball!
Ouch.
Only Madame Zelda has the power and the right connection. Poor ball, what shall we do for him? What shall we tell him to console him?
Tell him next Tuesday to come home early at 3 o'clock, you will find them together in flagrante.
Next Tuesday, you must go home from work and all will be revealed. But remember, passion is a double-edged sword.
What sword? What Russian? What are you talking about?
You must go now. Madame Zelda sees it.
I just gave you my money.
And I have told you what you must do. You have been paid. Go now before the cards reveal something worse.
Now, let's get back to business, darling.
Oh, thank goodness he's gone. These eyelashes were driving me mad.
He was getting on my nerves, wasn't he?
Yes. Now, back to business.
Yes.
I want to know who was having the affair with Jean in the hospital series.
Right now, the affair with Jean, now it's only happening next week, but I tell you.
Oh,
you want to know?
Yes.
What do I get in return?
Your favourite cake?
Some brownies.
Okay.
Now, right, it is John who was having the affair with Jean.
John!